Welcome to 5 Minute Creative Flow. Get yourself unstuck. Get the creative juices flowing, and it only takes 5 minutes. So, in today's creative flow, I am using a junk journal that I made, and I made this from some educational material when my daughter, who is now 14 years old, was about 4 or 5 years old. So I love starting on pages that I've recycled, reclaimed, and I think it adds some interesting elements to start right off. You already have your first layer. And I'm writing down some words that make me happy, joy, and happiness. So I'm putting some words on the paper just to start priming my mind, to start priming my attitude, to have that. And then I went and I put water in, which I immediately regretted because I couldn't put any other marks in that area without ripping the paper. So you'll see I worked all around this area. And sometimes it's like that. Sometimes, since I'm not really thinking or planning in this, sometimes I pick up an element and I'm like, why did I do that? Kind of like life, right? Why did I do that? So now I'm making some red, just hash marks all over, little basket weaves. I don't know what you want to call it, but I'm doing it. And I've got a yellow. I'm going to grab this. And I get a lot of my markers from thrift stores or I guess that's mostly it. Like thrift stores. I get it from craft stores too, but garage sales, things I find that I forgot I've bought and that are years and years old. So a lot of times they're just on their very last life. And this is a great place to use those elements, save your better quality things when you want to really create something, but you still have something that you can work with. Now I'm taking some, it looks like, I don't know, maybe like a brown color, a beige. I don't know what this is I'm using, but it looks like it's watercolor maybe. And I'm going in there, and then you can see there's a little bit of movement with the red in there when you get that wet. And I'm just putting things on there. And, it looks like a hot mess right now, and it might stay looking like a hot mess, but that's okay. That's okay. This is just a moment to put things down, to not be intimidated, to not worry what it looks like, to not say, oh, this isn't good. It doesn't matter. None of this matters. We're just slapping things onto this page. And the other thing is, this is an uncut video. So sometimes there's pausing, or I need to check my timer, or lots of things can happen. But this is just without thought, without any plan, and without any cuts. Just putting marks on paper just to get your brain moving, to get your hands moving, to get your materials out, and give yourself a moment so that you can really just have this time without any thought, without any judgment, just putting things on paper. Now I'm going in with some acrylic paint, and once you do like a sort of wash over these strange elements, the color combinations, the material that don't make any sense at all, once you put like a wash of something on them, or take a crayon and sort of do a rubbing on it, it all sort of moves together and starts to become more unified. This is what I'm noticing as I'm working in these different elements. And the other thing about using recycled or reclaimed paper is that if it breaks, if it rips, it's not a problem. It's not a big deal. None of it matters. And you can see it's getting really wrinkly and wonky, and I'm actually really digging this at this point. Like, I think the muted colors with the rockets and the little hash marks with that red, it's like, what's happening? What is this about? And this is a great space for just a journaling page. And if I hate everything, I can cover it up. I can glue something to it. I can tear it out. It doesn't even matter. Like, this is just a place to put marks down, to think more about the process than the product. I think we're often so caught up in the product and what have I produced? What have I produced? And look at this. I've grabbed my lipstick because it was sitting there. What? No rules. Get creative.